Hello all, 4-Player Squad Gaming here, and this is our Final Fantasy XIV Trial Guide series. The Howling Hard is a level 50 full party optional trial available after completing the main story questline and is part of the quest In for Garuda Awakening. It is also worth mentioning that at the time of recording this video, 12 Tomestones of Poetics are awarded upon completion. Get ready for round 2 with the Lady of Wind, so let's get into the guard. We can start this fight as normal with the main tank gaining enmity of Garuda and facing her away from the party. It is recommended to position Garuda facing out of the arena as to avoid unnecessary damage to the rest of the party. DOWNBURST is a frontal elemental cleave that deals large damage to non-tank party members, and as mentioned before, if positioned correctly, only the tank should be hit by it. After a short while, Garuda will vanish and reappear either at the edge of the area or in the centre. At the edge, she will cast MISTRAL Song, a frontal column blast with no hit marker that deals large damage to anyone stood in her line of sight. Hide behind the pillars to avoid this damage. In the centre, she will cast MISTRAL SHRIEK. Hide behind the pillars again to avoid the damage. Usually this phase is skipped due to the high damage of players doing this trial through roulettes. Wicked Wheel is a point blank AoE that deals relatively low damage. This can also damage the pillars, so be mindful of your position. The pillars in the hard mode act the same as in the normal version, and we must aim to keep these pillars alive for as long as possible. Friction is an instant range ability dealing low damage to a random player. Be careful as this can also damage the pillars. SLIPSTREAM in the hard version is uninterruptible, and this is a frontal burst with no hit marker that deals large damage and stuns anyone caught by it. This can be avoided by sidestepping out of the way when Garuda starts casting. At around 50% health, Garuda will vanish and reappear in the centre of the area, and summon more Razor Plumes. Kill these quickly as before and try to position Garuda so that her abilities do not damage the pillars. Shortly after the plumes are wiped out, Garuda will vanish again and start to cast Aerial Blast. This is the DPS check damage. The more health and pillars that remain will reduce the damage from the area-wide burst, so it is important to keep Garuda positioned at the outer edges of the fight zone. If no pillars remain, this can wipe the party. Phase 2 of the fight now begins. Garuda will summon 3 tornadoes and split up the fight area. Great Whirlwind will cause huge damage to anyone caught in these tornadoes. Avoid them at all costs, also avoiding the swirling winds on the outer edge of the fight area, which will also deal huge damage. The party needs to position themselves best to be able to keep uptime on Garuda and avoid the tornadoes. Depending on the damage during this phase, some mechanics can be skipped. You can skip another round of Razor Plumes that also contain a Satin Plume. Kill this first as to avoid a sleep debuff. After a short while, Garuda will summon 2 adds, SUPARNA and CHIRADA. These have similar abilities and are linked to Garuda via a tether. A green tether means that add will heal Garuda, and a red will give that add and Garuda a damage up buff. Prioritise the green tethered add and then the red. You can also skip Eye of the Storm. Garuda will vanish and reappear at the centre of the area, and the fight area will decrease. Avoid the swirling winds as normal. Keep up the damage to end the fight. And there you have it, the Howling Hard is complete. Remember to commemorate the player you believe deserves it most and pick up your loot. We give this trial a difficulty rating 2 out of 5 swords. Though it is the hard version, the mechanics are basically the same as the normal. The special loot from this trial is the Garuda Primal Weaponry, Garuda's Feather Crafting Item and the Garuda card. Remember to like and comment. If you haven't already, click the sword at the bottom to subscribe. We are 4-Player Squad Gaming, thanks for watching.